Phoebe. Where am I? Welcome. Okay. Phoebe, do you ever feel like everybody's just like watching TV? Like we're all just watching TV?
I feel like if you say that you're not watching TV, then you're a liar. Hi, I'm Phoebe.
Hi, I'm Jacque.
And welcome to Do You Ever Feel Like?
Where we ask the questions that everyone's thinking and no one's answering.
How you doing?
Hi. It was a journey to get here today. It was a real journey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, many emotions can happen in a day, right?
Yes. Many emotions.
I heard that. As it was coming out of my mouth. What I mean by feelings are not forever.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And
yeah.
I just have to remember that when I want to throw out my entire life, like the moments where I want to just be like, no, and cancel everything and not do anything, that like it probably has to do with what is happening right now in front of you that's like making you have feeling. Like, you know, what are the feelings?
I mean, not to, I don't know, continue, like not to attribute any more to the adversity that women face. However,
we're here again.
I do, I know, just at what point do I get canceled, really? Do I absolutely bring the show? How many episodes do we get in? We're still in the single digits. But like I actually have to answer ask myself.
Yes.
And answer honestly, where am I in my cycle? And am I bleeding? And
right.
And is this the time to be making any big life moves?
No.
Because
no.
For me personally.
Nope.
Because I do want to quit everything every 27 days.
Yeah.
And then I don't. Just actually usually 45 minutes later.
I know, like an hour later.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about the thing I was mad about. And
yeah.
I can continue on with how my day was to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was, we're here.
Hey, you are here, man. You fucking did it.
You're here. You did it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you come out of what you have just been in to this. I don't really get that either.
I mean, this was the saving grace. I have to go.
I gotta go talk about nothing with my friend.
Yeah, it's work, actually.
It's work.
Listener, I was away on a family vacation, which I feel seven saying that. I just have been renting the same cottage with my family for like the last 15 years. But nothing makes you feel like you're 14 again, like trying to do the dishes with your siblings. I don't care how I just think, I mean, I look at my mom and she's one of seven and she's like, she's like fucking 16 again. She's in her 60s and she's 16 around her siblings. Yeah. And it's like the exact same thing. If my mom is in the house, like I can be my most evolved self.
Doesn't matter.
I can be the kindest. I could be like Buddha themselves. And my sister will walk in the room and I will get leveled. And then I will level her back.
Yep.
Because we are all sharing one bathroom, and that is not what God intended.
Oh, wow.
And I love my family, and I have a really great time, but then
your family is huge.
My family is fucking huge.
Huge.
And it wasn't even all of us. There were people missing.
Yeah, no, I would Yeah, RSVP no to that on my end.
I mean, I feel really lucky that like I get to.
It is.
I do enjoy time. Like I do genuinely
That's
love
lovely.
my family. Like in a not just
like because we all should love our families
and I
way.
think part of it's like we're all not genetically related to each other, so I think we kind of I don't know. Maybe people will disagree with this, but in my life, like I think it's a little bit more work because there's like more dynamics at play. You know, like my sister isn't my sister; she's my stepsister. She's not even actually my stepsister. It's like but like that's part of the conversation. I don't know if people are always talking about those sibling dynamics in the same way. So I feel lucky. I mean, I do really like my family, but not for a week in one bathroom.
Wow.
There's
what
a time
test.
limit. Yeah. All right. So what are we talking about today on that super chill note?
On the super chill note, you probably actually will love this conversation because I'm sure that's all you want to do right now. My question is, are we all just watching television?
I mean,
do you ever feel like we're all just watching TV?
Like I said, I was away for a couple of days. I went, I best be getting to my couch.
Yeah. What about my programs, as I call them? I always say that to Jack. I'm like, I'm going to go watch my programs.
My programs.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a time and place when we are in our respective retirement villas, you know, hologram projecting at each other.
Yeah.
About Gilded Age season 80.
Season 87.
Downton reunion once again.
You know what makes me so sad? The fact that it like would not really be 87 seasons. Like, we're old.
Okay, stop.
Like,
no, but I'm living for a long time.
Okay, but Phoebe, 80 years from now?
I don't know what Julian's got up his sleeve. And I will be tuning in.
Okay. Next time on this episode. I have a theory that like life is just like what happens between episodes. You know what I mean?
What's going on during the commercial break?
Right. Like I seriously think that's how we're all living, and we're not talking about it.
Yeah.
Like I think we're just like, oh right, this job, this just happens to be like in between my binging, right, of Schitt's Creek. Like that's like, oh, this like,
oh yeah,
this like, I don't know, friend hang. Can't wait to go home and like keep watching TV. Like, I think we're all just watching television.
I mean, I was literally away from my house for like a couple of days, and I was like, oh well, at least I have a bunch of TV I get to catch up on.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You and I have a lot of similar thoughts about the couch, the bed, the like those things. And like this is kind of what I was thinking about, because a couple of things. I've realized, which is wild to me, but I've realized that like not a lot of the world thinks about their time like that. And what I'm saying by like the couch and the bed is that like I believe that everyone should be trying to not do anything all the time. Like I think like the like minimum amount of energy spent is like the best thing. And like I'm confused about like, I don't know, people who leave their house more than once a day. Like it's very confusing to me.
No. Yeah.
Or like aren't thinking about how can I like get this done with so that I can go and enjoy things. You know what I mean? Like not everyone is thinking this way. Or like,
no. Yeah.
Like, oh, like let me say at 5:00 that I will do nothing else, that I will watch television. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like watching TV is like a lazy
Yeah.
thing. Like you're not a good person if you're on the
Mm-hmm.
couch or if you're in bed.
Yeah. Oh, there's all that stuff is wrapped up in it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think I just recently realized that there are there are people in the world, people in my life that don't live this way. That are not like thinking about the quickest way to the bed. The quickest way
to
to the
me, like
couch.
my grandest, biggest plans are just a route back to bed. Truly.
Yes.
Truly.
Yes.
Like I
Are we just like depressed? We don't know.
I mean, I'm depressed and I do know. Thank you very much. I have self-awareness.
Great. That's great for you.
Yeah.
I do not, apparently.
We're all done. Yeah, podcast episode wrapped.
I mean, I just feel like we're all watching TV and we all don't think that other people are watching TV. And then like it makes us feel bad if we're just watching TV. And like we think that everyone else is like busier than the rest of us. There's like this illusion that everyone is busy, which is like not real.
No,
You know?
no. I think like I mean that's like a very nothing I think is more boring to answer. Like, you know, we have what are the words I want right now? It's like when you ask a question, hey, how are you? Oh, really good. I'm really busy. I mean, I even caught myself writing that in a text today to somebody, be like, sorry, I've been really busy. And it's like, have I? Like, even in my most busy moment, I'm still watching all the TV I desire.
Exactly.
I'm still laying on the couch. And in fact, sometimes I'm busy laying on the couch. like, and like, that's like an aspirational thing to say, right? Like, oh, sorry, I've been so crazy busy.
Yeah.
Like, well, and I don't even like saying the word crazy, but like in all of that kind of stuff, it's just like, it's so squicky. To me, this question just is tied up in a lot of self-worth stuff, right? Like laziness, bad, busy, good, right? It's very, very classic. Classic capitalism rotting our brains.
And there's this like terrible thing of like, I don't know. It's like if we all just like admitted we're watching TV, then we also wouldn't compare ourselves so strongly to everyone. Like, you know, like we, you know, had that conversation some episodes ago about how is everyone watching everything and consuming everything?
Yes.
And it's like everyone's watching everything and consuming everything because they're making time for it and they're watching a lot and they're like that's how they're spending their time. So it's like this like weird like thing of like, I'm not doing this, like I'm out like with a friends or I'm hiking or I'm blah 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 blah, but it's like, no, like we're all doing this, and if we all just say we're doing this, then we won't be in this weird like comparative like thing, right? Of like, how are you accomplishing or doing or being in the world as like such a well-rounded human, and also watching everything and also seeing all of this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a funny point that you bring up too, because sometimes I'll look at like people's Instagram, which is like, you know, the cesspool of comparison, the place to go to hurt yourself.
Exactly. This is the true reality that we all
for real. And I'll look at like people's Instagram sometimes and I'm like, how are you out 3 nights a week and you're talking about the TV show and I know you work 40 hours a week. Like, are you all right, girl? Girl, you all right? Like,
are you all right?
Because I'm busy watching television and I have no problem saying that. Like, I have absolutely no issues saying I gotta sit on my couch.
Yeah.
Which, like, a lot of people I think say they do. And also, I do feel like, here, just to throw a wrench in your question, I also feel like this, like, anti-hustle thing has, like, sunk its claws into, like, you know, the curse of Instagram world. And, like, now I got problems with that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I think, that's the thing. It's like when I say I live my life to like the quick, like to get the things to like whatever between watching television episodes. That's how I live my life. I want to be on the couch. I want to be in the bed. I want whatever that is, right? I want to be on the hike. I want to be on a beach. I want to be eating a meal like with my husband, whatever, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm thinking of things in life as like get through the thing so that there's enjoyment afterwards. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
which is an issue. I'm not saying this is like
Mhm.
necessarily a great way to live, but I think that at one point I have gone through a real thing with this, because at one point it would have been like, you're a bad person if you're sitting on the couch, if you're watching television, if you're
Yeah.
enjoying a meal, if you're not responding to an email and you're, I don't know, going on a walk anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this is bad. And I feel like I think I can honestly say that I don't live that way anymore.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until I literally did nothing
Yeah.
and accepted watching TV all the time
Yeah.
that I was like, oh, I was like open to this thing, you know, like,
Mhm.
and so, you know, I mean, this is a very common, I think, thing. And if you're partnered,
Mhm.
this is something that comes up often,
Mhm.
where like I would see like disaster zones in our house, for example, right? And I'm like angry,
Yeah.
so angry that my husband has the gall to be
to be a 3D person.
to be a person who just sits on the couch while
Mhm.
there is a pile of dishes in the sink.
Mhm.
Like, that idea, I you know, was always like one of those people that would say things like, well, I can't rest until everything is like a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and in some ways I still am kind of still
Mhm.
that person, and that's something that I'm always going to struggle with. But like, I would get like, I mean, I get
Oh,
like,
I deeply
I would get like
understand this.
fiery angry.
Yes.
Like you are not allowed
I deeply understand
to
this.
enjoy things. You are not allowed to rest because it pisses me off, because it triggers me that I'm not doing that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not about him and what he's doing. It's about me and the fact that I have such issues with rest, or, you know, had such issues with rest. Will probably always struggle with it, but are getting better, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, you really took did I ever send you that book? You really took a year of rest and relaxation.
I did. I mean, I think it was a little less than that, but it was definitely like a...
No, I'm just giving a nice slogan. I'm marketing it. Don't worry.
Great. Yeah, thank you. Packaging it beautifully. Yeah. I just
6 to 10 months.
I don't know, like, what happens if we just do what we want to do?
Yeah, I mean, here's my kind of like the thing I want to like, I don't know, asterisks on this anti-hustle thing is like, yes, capitalism is rotting our minds. Yes, it's not great. Yes, you know, like I say, you know, like rest bad, work good. Yes to all of these things. And also, if I did not have to make a dime, like off of any of the things I'm doing, I think my life would look pretty similar. Pretty much the exact same, to be totally honest. I have the, like, you know, I'm self-employed. I get to like decide how I want to spend my time. It's a fucking nightmare factory sometimes in my brain, because I do have bills to pay, and that is scary as shit constantly. But also I get to go roller skating whenever I want. And like I get to make whatever the fuck I want. And like I get to put those things out in the world. And so it's like, I don't know. Like, I just kind of feel like we talk about these things in like this very binary way, when like obviously the answer is the middle. Like, I don't, and that's what I think is so funny too, when people have these conversations. Oh man, this question is like so loaded. But like when people have these conversations about universal basic income, people will be like, they'll just lay around all day. It's like, well, then let them. And also, I don't think people will. Like, I really actually don't think
No.
people will. Because, like,
No.
people want to be poets. People want to be painters. People want to lay in the park and, like, train their dog. Like, people will do the things. People have passions.
People have passions, and people to be part of something and to feel purposeful in community is like what we're here to do. Like, to feel like we have a purpose every day.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly, like, what a threat, that idea.
Yeah.
It's like such a threat. Which,
Well,
like,
and maybe that's why it's like people are, like, when you're saying, like, are people being honest? Like, maybe that's why they're not being. Are they honest? Are they honest? And maybe this is why they may not be honest, because
yeah,
like, the idea of sitting down is bad.
I remember when I met you, it was like one of our DM conversations. You had said, like, oh, I don't believe people who post their schedules, right?
Oh, yeah,
on
I still
Instagram.
don't. Yeah.
Like, and
anyone that posts a morning routine on Instagram, I'm like, fake, alarm bell, fake. I could be extremely wrong, and that's very judgmental of me. However, fake.
Well, I think, however, fake, yes. Okay, so
Also, why they need to be productive in the morning?
Here's the thing. Yes. So when you said that to me, I was like in that. I had done that. I was like whatever. I think we're all victims to this stuff. So I'm going to call myself a victim, like, of, oh, like, this is a way, and it's so gross, but this is a way to, like, entice the right kind of people to want to work with me, is to show them, like, how I live, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, honest or not, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. And that's like a weird, it's like a weird, gross thing that we're all doing, where we're like, look at my validity today. And if you want to, like, be part of my circle or be part of this thing, like, look, you can live this way too, right? Ugh. And
I mean, like, everyone's motivation for that stuff is different, right?
Right.
But, like, that's the motivation that I feel. Like, you can feel that, right?
Yes. That's what, yes, exactly. And I think when it's honest or not. And I'm saying that I was not being honest, and I was falling into perpetuating that, like, that thing, whatever, you know.
Of course.
And I was like, oh my God. When you said that, you were like, lies. I don't believe any of it. It's all lies. I was like, oh my God, this is all lies. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And, like, why are we, I don't know. Like, when I was on social media, it was such a thing of, like, we're posting when we go on the hike. Yeah. When we do this or that. Are we posting when we are, like, laying in bed?
Yeah.
And the Netflix queue comes up and says, would
and
you like to watch another episode?
Gets reflected back at you.
Yeah. Like the dark, like, are we posting the black screen of despair of you being like, oh yes, or not despair of total, like, whatever, sure, another episode. Like, no, we're not doing that. I don't know.
And the morning routine one is, like, insidious, right? Because it's like they get up and they're beautiful, and I get up in the morning and I'm a fucking monster, and I'm mean to my boyfriend, and, like, I say horrible things for, like, the first hour and a half that I'm awake, every day. And no amount of journaling, smoothies, or yoga is going to change that for me, because I'm just a monster when I wake up in the morning. Like, I'm just mean, you know? Yeah. You know? And like, if my morning routine isn't good, then I'm bad, right? Or if I look at my phone in the morning, I'm bad.
Where the fuck, like, what, like, where did this come from?
I don't know. Do we need, I need to call, like, Gwyneth Paltrow? are
I know. Do I need to call
like,
Goop and be like, did you make this? Like, where did it come from that we were all talking about morning routines and how important they are?
But that's what exactly it comes down to, right? It's like, and it's, I think it's so, this like idea of being online in this way is so insidious, right? Because it's like a type of, I don't think virtue signaling is like the right word for it, but it's something along those lines of like showing off that like I am a worthy person.
Yes, exactly. I'm valid.
Yeah. Did we talk about that girl on the pod?
Yeah, we have.
Okay. I think it was literally
the
last episode.
I think it was actually it was the last episode.
Yeah.
Listeners.
Yeah.
I just like I want to do like I want to do a social experiment where I'm like, hey, no judgment, total honesty. How many episodes of TV did you watch today? Like, and
I'd love
just
to know.
Like, can we get an average? And how are you consuming this? Like, is it on in the background when you're working? Is it like, are you just sitting on the couch? Like, whatever. I just would like to know.
Yeah, because, and like, well, that's a good point too, because different types of like media consumption is different.
Oh yeah,
because like I think you had said to me, what was it, the show I was watching? You're like, oh, you made it through that fast already. I'm like, I've had my claws deep into a television show for 1 week. I'm gonna be done it. Like, are you kidding me? I know. I just come up with this thing with watching it with Jack, or like, you know, like we can't like with our lives, like we cannot do back to back. It just doesn't work. Evenings of television, it just does not work with us. Oh well, I plan my life around how many.
That's why it was
like
surprising.
I'm like, oh, I can be available this, like, because I work a lot of nights, right? Like I can be available certain times of the day, certain times of the week, but like I need at least probably 2 to 3 nights at home watching 3 hours of television each for me to be just fine.
Yes,
just
I agree.
Fine.
I agree. Totally. I hear you. I'm scheduling around those things too. I'm scheduling around like, oh, if I'm working this much, then I need this much equivalent, right? But I'm not spending all that time with Jack. That's why I was surprised when you were like, oh, we've made it through this many episodes. I was like, we? Because I'm in a situation where he's in one room watching something and I'm in the other room watching something.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's blissful.
That's beautiful.
It's amazing.
I mean, I get so overwhelmed when Simon leaves for an evening about what I'm going to watch, that I find I spend so much of my time like flipping between things, and I spend like an hour just choosing. And it becomes undone quite quickly. This is how I end up watching Moulin Rouge, ruining my evening. Think I was going to have a nice time.
No. Oh, never. I mean, I would have to say that I'm definitely like a mood watcher, which I think most people are. Of like, this has to match where I am emotionally.
Well, and also, who do I want to be? Television's deeply aspirational, and I guess that's maybe when you're talking about this question, it's like, well, what are you doing with your imagination? How do you know what you're going to dress like?
I don't know.
How do you know what you're going to dress like? I have to like pick a television character to like inform who I am.
That you just said this, because I was having a like topsy-turvy, I just can't handle it day. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit on the couch and watch TV, whatever, right? Really, I was just upset at a piece of technology. Printer, as we all are. I was trying to set up a printer and I had like a whole breakdown about my life, because that's who I am. And so I'm talking to Phoebe about it. And I said to myself, okay, how am I going to keep it going today? How am I going to keep it going? And I thought, I'm going to add some necklaces. So I'm going to add some necklaces. I'm going to channel Deborah. I'm going to channel Deborah Messing's character on Smash. And I'm just going to add some necklaces.
Yeah.
And that is how I'm going to be able to like show up. I'm literally thinking of a character on a television show and being like, I need the eclectic flair of this character on Smash to get myself through the day.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was like, who am I going to put on, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Who am I going to be? I'm going to be Deborah Messing.
I guess, okay. To like be an annoying like thought person about this. What we're talking about is this like internal projection of something. And the thing that I don't understand is an external projection of something. This like wanting to be it's because they're both like posting your schedule on Instagram in the morning and like trying to be Deborah Messing are like two aspirational types of being.
Yes.
Are they internal? I don't know.
Well,
I'm just trying to sympathize with the Instagram. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to understand. I judge because I don't understand.
I think there's also like some sense of, I don't know, accountability around that stuff maybe, or people feel like, oh, if I share this,
totally,
it's more, and like other people are expecting it from me in some way. I'm more accountable to my morning workout or whatever.
Totally.
Like again, and like like we always say, whatever gets you through, right? Whatever. I don't know. I just like I just think we're all laying on the couch and nobody's saying I'm just laying on the couch,
Yeah, totally. And it's like these like, I mean, to bring it back again, it's like this effect of like late stage capitalism that's like so it's just so insidious. It's so there's just so much to work through. And I think I saw this like meme the other day, which I'm totally gonna get wrong, but when it was like something along the lines of like my therapist said, like my therapist, me, whatever kind of thing, but it's like my therapist, like, and what do we do? Like, who are we to blame for like feeling whatever? And they're like late stage capitalism and like fixing the systems of oppression. And people love to share that, which like, yes, let's like fix these systems of oppression. But, and also like, we're still living under them. So we have like stuff, like there's like trauma that we're dealing with from this at the same time. And I think people don't really want to talk about that bit of it, like their own personal healing. That it's like, yes, justice for all, but like, what are you doing about it for yourself right now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, are you taking care of yourself? And like, I think when we talk about like this idea of rest, which we got to have Flory on the pod at some point.
Yes.
But like, I just like people's idea of rest is like really fucked up and weird. Yes. And no one wants to talk about how ass awful it feels to like, I mean, oh my God, I was literally just on, not like, I don't know, I was on a family vacation, which we could argue whether or not that's rest, but the idea is supposed to be rest. And like the first like at least 24 hours of like a cottage I've been going to for like 15 years. I've been sleeping like the same bed, the same fucking weekend with the same people. I have some sort of meltdown within the first 24 hours about something because it feels like shit to not be like staring at your phone all day and like sending emails and like contributing to something because like again work equals good. And like, oh my God, even when I was in fucking Paris, like day 7 hit and I was like, I don't know feel like I'm in it. And no one wants to talk about that piece of it, it's like, so it's like, yeah, I do actually need to just lay on the couch and watch TV to survive. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like we also Simone, another human to talk about this, but like oh my gosh, doesn't Simone talk about how it's like what you're actually experiencing is like withdrawal symptoms, essentially from from productivity and from work, when you are, that's why you're so uncomfortable resting is
Yeah.
it's because you're addicted to filling your time in a certain way.
Which like I know I am. I know I am. I like the thing my parents both share is like whatever you want to call it, a good work ethic, a toxic one, a whatever the fuck, and I love it. I love to work. Maybe that's what I said. I would fully be doing this. I didn't get paid for it because I love it, but feel like shit when I'm in Paris. I don't like that. Should probably sort that shit out.
Yep. Yeah, I came from that too, or I come from that too, and I come from that. I don't know, in a very specific way, but like for me, there was not only that in an interpersonal way in my family and like that value being passed down, but I also went to Catholic school my entire life.
Oh gosh.
And that like quite a bit going on there. But I mean, it was understood from a very young age that to be aimless, you know, or to be idle is a sin.
Yeah.
You know, to not have a purpose, direction, productivity, like whatever that is, like not okay.
Yeah.
To do. And that shit, I mean, that will mess you up as a little baby.
Oh my
gosh.
A
little child.
As a grown-ass woman.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I remember being so, I don't know, I just remember having so much pride for all the doing, you know? And like, that I was doing
as a little kid too.
As a child. That's
Did you ever get that one?
What was that?
What do they say? What do they say to kids? Like, oh, you're so mature. Ugh. You're so like grown. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fucking weird. That's fucking weird.
When I was in middle school, I got the Fortitude Award.
Oh, stop.
Which was given to me at graduation.
I'm having a physical reaction to this. What?
How old are you when you're in 8th grade? Like, wait, hold on.
Fortitude. You're like, I was about to say 10. You're fully not 10. You're like 12, 13? 13? 13, 14, maybe? I just listed
12.
the ages from 10 to 14, so.
I think you're like 12.
12 or 13,
I want to say.
Think, yeah.
Yeah. And that, like, what?
That's fortitude.
I mean,
okay, so what? this is a weird story. Okay, no, go ahead. Yeah.
Then
no,
I go to high school.
I don't like it. No.
This just tells you everything about all this subject when it comes to Jacqueline. Then when I graduate high school, I get like the most like involved award, which basically means the most like doing the most, right? Like the most busy award, the most like doing all the things to show any kind of, you know, to prove my worth, you know? Like
I hate that.
I think it was like the most involved. I can't remember. But it's like some adult. Like this is what blows my mind. I'm like, some like not that much older than me adult. Because let's be like not that much older than me.
20-something.
Some 27-year-old
somebody younger
teacher.
Than us now. Yeah.
Exactly. Some 27-year-old teacher. Some 30-something-year-old teacher. It's all sitting in a room. We're like, oh, this is a good idea to like give a child an award for just burnout, for just becoming like what?
And let's praise that.
Yes.
Let's praise that. And you know what?
The commitment to everybody else but themselves. Let's praise that.
Is a little boy getting that award? I don't think so.
That's a whole other layer. Yes, of course.
Okay.
Like, what?
So I did not
Anyways.
know this. In another horrible way, we are deeply related.
Oh gosh. Here we go.
I got at my 8th grade graduation the oh my god, what's it called? I think it might be a North American organization, the Lions Club Award.
Oh yeah.
For it was called something. It was like community service, but it was for like most selfless acts, like involved in all the things.
Yes.
And on this little award, it says that I got in the fucking 8th grade. It says something like service above self.
Oh no.
Service above self.
Oh no.
And then same. I got an award for in all the clubs.
Oh.
In all the clubs.
This is wild. I can't believe, like, actually I can believe this. I can believe that.
But the funny thing about that pivot is I was talking about this with friends the other day, and they were like, oh, so you were popular in high school? And I was like, no. No.
That's why I did everything.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's like, I don't, what, did you not hear anything I just said?
What are you talking about?
Huge fat nerd? Like, I also wore the exact same pink flannel sweater the entire time I was doing all of that.
Oh, I love that.
Things.
My gosh.
But the pivot, the hard pivot of that is like, this is what happens was like, 10th grade hit. Mm-hmm. My parents divorced and I got burnt out, and I did nothing. I didn't go to school. I thought it was funny to get myself tattoos with a big pen, which it is funny, but maybe not when you're 13. But I just think it's like there's only one way that this goes, right? Like there's only a car crash ahead of you. And especially when you start rewarding it to little girls.
Don't even. Yeah. It's really wild. And I would say like in high school, I had like, it was like this, right? It was like, because that's usually how it is. I'm doing a wave with my gestures.
Yeah, the audio medium.
The audio medium is like, this is a wave. Yeah. Anyways, of like, and which I think is what it is, right? It's like this idea of, I'm okay, I'm fine. Like, look at all the things. I'm good. And then like crash, burnout. And then like, oh, I'm going to start to do all the things again because then it'll make me feel good. And that is really what I attempted to break last year. I was like, I can't do this for the rest of my life. Yeah. I think the way we talk about like kids doing things, oh God, this whole thing is wild. I'm like, so many things are coming to me about how like the things that the people around me thought were significant about me was what I was doing for other people or what I was doing, and not like really about me, you know?
Yeah.
And what they were proud about to be in next to or proximity to or to be proud of was, oh, look at this person that I know or that I love or that I'm raising. Yeah. And look at all the things that they're doing.
And look how good they are.
Look how good they are, which makes me good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I hate that.
Which is why I now sit on my couch and watch TV. This is what I'm saying.
I mean, I guess that's right. It's like, I don't know. I think there's something in this too. And I grew up in this circumstance, so maybe I'm very wrong, but I think there's something in this too about like being in the arts. Like it's so deeply rewarded in the arts, right? And especially if you have some sort of like not being well is not it's not good in any industry, but it's not you don't want to be well because what if you can't make any longer, right? And like I don't even think I have enough because I just like anger just shoots through me so much that I don't know if I have more thoughts on that, but it's so and it's rewarded and required of you, right? Because like if I'm just even thinking like oh yeah, the shit does go so far back. Like if you're talking about being in a like, theater production as a child,
Mhm.
like those are long ass days and you're
Yes.
tired and you're doing like multiple shows a day at the like, and I'm just talking like the school play.
Yeah.
Like
The music,
the fucking school play.
the music man in the
Yeah.
gym.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
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 Footloose in the cafetorium. Like,
Exactly. In the cafetorium. I love it.
I went to public school, okay?
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's
Mhm.
like that's like yeah, I don't know. So it's like obviously
Yeah.
we all have this fucking sickness, right? Like obviously, and
Yes.
obviously no one wants to talk about their rest because maybe you didn't earn it. There's something for you. Like maybe you
Mhm.
didn't, I don't know. It doesn't make you interesting enough. But then at the same
Yeah.
time, like
Yeah.
what are we all talking about? I got an ad for the Bridgerton experience on my phone today and I was like, that's the smartest fucking thing on planet Earth. Have you seen those?
What?
Have you
No.
seen
What
those?
is
Oh
this?
my God, they're like pop-up balls, like pop-up Regency events that you go to where people dress up. Yeah, that's like the smartest thing. And like this is how much of a
What?
thing TV
Mhm.
is that it like
Mhm.
penetrates the rest of our world. And so it's like we
Yeah.
won't post the like we can post the smoothie, we can post the morning routine, we can post the
Mhm.
workout, but we won't post the like reflection of Netflix asking us if we're still watching, but we will post the Bridgerton experience. Like
Yes.
it's like all wrapped up on whether or not you're a
Whoa.
good person.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Yes, I watched all of Bridgerton in one weekend, but I mean, also we're saying this and like I very much do talk about how much television I've, oh, don't even get me started on reality TV. Like, my obsession.
Yeah.
Um, but I also talk about it in like I think it's I actually think it's like good for your brain, especially like well, not especially, but like I think I don't know, we like to demonize these things. It's like if you can
Right.
have a little bit of less pressure in your life, like
Exactly.
why aren't we talking about how delicious Selling Sunset is? I'm absolutely
Oh, wild.
obsessed.
Mhm. Don't get me started.
Okay,
Mm.
I will. So, Chriselle, I'm obsessed.
I can't. I can't. I can't. I watched Phoebe. I watched one episode of
No,
that
I
show,
know.
the pilot,
I know.
and I was like, I was almost in tears. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, no, I know. You should not watch it because they have an artist on in like I think season 1 and your
Mhm.
head will explode. Your head
No,
will
I
explode.
can't. I
You
can't. I
won't.
can't. I can't. I can't watch it. I can't
I
watch it.
find it deeply relaxing.
I can't. These things.
But it's
I
only
don't.
because I have to dissociate from the current world that I live in and how horrible.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And again, no justification needed. Like sit on your couch and watch TV, but also like why can't we? I think we're like getting up and we're watching TV. We're getting to the job and the TV's on. We're like watching the TV in the
Yeah.
train on on the way home. We are preparing our meals and eating in front of the TV. We are
Mhm.
doing so much with
Mhm.
the streaming and the television and the
Mhm.
episodes. And like I I don't think any I don't know. I think that's just that's just like life is what happens between episodes. I think that that's a thing.
I love
And then
that.
it's like where is it going? Like I'm very interested in the like dropping of the shame and the guilt around these things and being honest about what is true, you know? And can you be successful, right? Because this is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
These ideas of success, also watching TV all the time. Can you be
Mm.
healthy? Can you be healthy and watching TV all the time?
Yeah.
Can you be a good artist and be watching TV all the time?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 right? All comes down to the goodness. But yeah.
Well, this is making
Mm-hmm.
me think of like the tech bros. I keep getting an ad for one of those apps that's like condenses books for you. So you get like
Oh, what?
but
That's
like
a thing?
all the tech bros that are like, you know, one the most like effective CEOs read 50 books a day or some shit like that, and it's like because they're reading like Cliff Notes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like this is like, oh my god, like this is so wrapped up in like, again, goodness, but like goodness of what type of media are you consuming? Because like to read a book, you are good. To watch TV, you are a piece of shit.
Yes.
And
To
like
have a
even talking about it, like I have even talking about it with my siblings like the last couple of days, like I am the TV watcher out of us, and it's like, and I was talking with them, they're like, oh, that's so surprising. It's like, because I'm the overachieving big sister. and I consume the bad. I should be consuming the good.
Yeah. Wow, that's so true. Interesting.
Yeah, because like the same thing, because like podcasts can be good or bad depending on what kind of thing you're listening to.
Yeah.
And like even, I don't know, it's like, why is one form of knowledge better than the other? Like, why is knowing about like Henry the Eighth more intelligent than like knowing like the in and outs of like every Selling Sunset, like you know, like, or like
I
the
mean,
what year like
yeah.
Real Housewives started? It's like, why is that more valuable? I would argue that they're just like, they're the same amount of
I honestly
knowledge
would
and
argue that
history.
yeah, I mean, I would argue that Henry VIII and Selling Sunset are actually the same thing.
They're the exact same fucking thing. It's all gossip.
Exactly the same thing.
And it's not like we've never had this shit before. Like we've all had like for centuries we've had crude forms of entertainment.
Oh yeah.
That went to court or whatever the fuck.
I don't know. Like I'm wow. Here we go. The Gilded Age, HBO, the best, and so good. One
so
time, like
good.
that is actually a show that Jack and I like consistently could watch together. And we were talking, and he turned to me and I made a joke like, "What are these aunts in their house? What are they doing all day? Like they're changing in between activities,
embroidery.
Right? They're doing embroidery. They're changing.
They have to take
breakfast,
a letter out.
Changing before lunch. Changing before dinner.
Walking a dog.
Like they're walking the dog
or giving the dog for somebody else to walk.
Like, and I'm like, I was like, what are these people doing all day?
Yeah.
And then I was like, what the fuck do I do all day? You know what I mean? Like, what do I do all day?
Yeah. Yeah. I just sit.
Like, what is the modern, like, you know, equivalent of this, of changing before each meal? You know, it's like watching
TV.
It's watching TV.
It's just waiting for the next thing.
It's Instagram. It's scrolling through, you know what I mean? Like that's what it is. Basically, I'm Aunt Ava. Whichever one is Cynthia Nixon. Wait, hold on.
I couldn't tell you.
I am not Christine oh my god, I always say her name wrong too. Let us see. Christine Baranski, who is who's Agnes. Aunt Agnes.
Yeah.
I was trying to say that I'm Cynthia Nixon's character, who is Aunt Ava. Aunt Ada. Yeah. Just hanging out.
Just embroidering.
Just embroidering. And like, I love that. Why are we not doing more of these things? Just sit there.
Well, I think this is a funny thing actually talking about Gilded Age. I think if we were to tell, like if we were going to go up to any of our ancestors and tell them about how much we're working and like all of the technology that we have. I mean, like this is what happened with housewives and like with like dishwashers and like appliances and stuff like that. They're like, oh, you're going to have more time. But what it ended up happening was you're going to have more time to do these things. You're just going to have more time to do more shit.
Right.
Like,
you're just going to fill the time.
Our workload hasn't changed, just like the convenient, quote unquote, conveniences of it has. So we're actually doing more with less time in a funny way.
No, we are. No, that we are doing more with less time.
Yeah.
And I think that it's like it's something like because of all the conveniences of technology or something that we should have like weeks and weeks and weeks more of vacation.
Yeah.
Like the equivalent of like what it's making up for. It's like months. It's like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks that we should be not working and we're not. We're working. And then also too, like, yeah, you're right. Like the way that just different industries used to work. I mean, just the harvesting of food, right? Or just like working to feed a community.
Don't even get
like
me fucking started on food.
The ways that used to happen would be like a lot of work for long days for a long amount of time in a season of harvesting, and then it would be followed by a long season of rest and celebration. Right. And it's like we're taking long weekends of rest and celebration.
I know.
We're
seriously.
taking
well, and the amount of enjoyment that you have to cram into that. There was just like a long weekend here, and it was so funny. We're driving up north kind of like later on a Saturday, and we're like, oh, usually the traffic is so much busier. It's like because everybody has to go and enjoy, you have your like 1.5 days of relaxation, and like you cram it all in, you get all the memories and you enjoy yourself and have a campfire and you have to remember all the things. It's like so much work. Like it's so much work to go away for 1.5 days, and like we stayed for an extra couple of days kind of thing. And I was like, wow. And like, oh my God, it's so sick too, because there's always a moment where I get up there, I'm like, this is stupid, I should just go back home. Like I should just go back home and
keep working.
Like, what am I doing up here sitting on a dock? What am I doing up here? Oh, and then you have to enjoy yourself the right way, right?
Oh
like
my God.
you have to be reading those certain kind of books because it's all related to your goodness.
Right. Exactly.
You can't be watching television when it's sunny outside. No.
You can't go rent a cottage to be inside the whole time watching television. Absolutely not. No. Mm-mm. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Look how sick we all are.
We're watching TV because we are all tired.
Yeah, I'm fucking exhausted. You know what I think? Sometimes I think like 4 o'clock hits, I'm like, I could keep going. And then 4:15 hits, I go,
Nope.
I'm not beholden to what 15 minutes ago Phoebe thought.
Oh, no. Yeah, absolutely not. I think that there's definitely, I don't know. I'm like thinking about this in the sense too of like the production of these things. Like if we're all watching TV and we're all watching TV more than we say that we're watching TV, that means that this TV needs to continue to like get made. That like this stuff needs to get made, and it needs to get made fast. And like we have to have all these platforms now and blah, 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 blah. And then it's like,
oh.
It's a lot.
You've opened a new can of worms. Because like all of these companies are based on, they're all capitalist-based companies, right? So they have no growth ceiling, which we're all seeing them hit. We're seeing many a tech company hit these ceilings now. Because like how many. What the fuck else does Netflix want? What the fuck else does Instagram want? Like more people, like you've got everybody you're going to get, like I don't understand it. But like these, I just don't get it because it's more now faster. What's the Kanye West?
Oh,
stronger, better, faster, like everybody wants that harder.
Smarter, better, faster,
I
stronger?
don't feel bad misquoting Kanye West right now.
I mean, whatever.
But, yeah. But like, I just don't. What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing?
And like, what are we doing to these industries? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing to those actors? What are we doing to those lighting designers? What are we doing to those grips? What are we doing to those people?
Unless you're in front of a camera, you're fucking exhausted. I mean,
and so
even if you are in front of a camera.
Then I'm sitting there in my own spiral of doom about my own rest, thinking that I'm making it harder for other people to rest while I watch TV. This is what I'm saying, Phoebe.
Oh my God. Well, this is why I stick with reality TV, because I just know it's garbage, you know? There's no pretense that it isn't. I'm like, here I go. Time to lose all my brain cells.
I know I'm much better at the guilt thing, but yeah, but that's my new level of guilt. Not the rest of myself, but the other people
I love
that I'm
that
watching
your
in
year.
the show.
Yeah, no, I love that your year of rest and relaxation. You're like, I'm fine with this guilt, but may I present to you a whole other story?
I've created an entire other thing that has to do with the people I'm watching in the screen.
Very talented, very creative. May I give you an award for it? Can I give you a plaque or a badge?
Oh my gosh, fortitude. I mean, doesn't fortitude mean something like wild, like adversity or something, like in the face of adversity, or
Courage in pain or adversity? Jacque, you had courage in pain. Oh my, she endured her illness with great fortitude. Don't you want that to be your legacy when you die? Don't you want your tombstone to read, she endured?
She endured. And like, what? A 12, like, what are we, what?
I don't like
Fortitude
that.
Award.
I
She
don't
carries on. Even with that, even with all of the whatever, she carries on.
I don't fucking like that.
Giving herself away. Becoming smaller and smaller.
Breaking off all pieces of her until there was nothing left.
Until there's nothing left.
And you know what? She looked so good doing it too.
Ugh, ew. Gross. I can't. Anyways, if you're watching TV, you know,
we bless you.
We bless you in the world.
I just disagree that you can't be an intelligent person and not watch like all Netflix, Crave, Prime, YouTube has to offer.
I think it makes you a more intelligent person. Yeah. I also think storytelling and like all of these, again, like all of this has a place in community. It all has a place in who we are in the world to feel less alone. These are all devices. And then I don't know. Is it people, institutions, etc., that would have something to say about your laziness? Martin Luther, go away with your 95 theses, and go away,
go away. I shall shun you from my couch.
Yeah, I do. I shun you, Martin. Okay.
We solved it. We did another one. Another resolution.
Another resolution. Great.
Do you ever feel like we're all just watching TV? I mean, I actually think we can put that hand in hand with putting your morning schedule on Instagram. Is if you answer like no, I'm going to call fake.
Yeah, like. Because here's what I'll also say. We could get into the whole privilege thing. We won't. I will say.
Oh, yeah.
That,
privilege, like disability.
Yes.
Like.
Right. Yeah.
Who deems these actions good and bad?
Right. Yes. I've parents. Sorry. When I think about this, like I think about whoever would say no to that question. I think people who have kids maybe are not watching TV. But then I'm like, no, they are. They are.
From
you know why they're watching
8:30 p.m. onwards.
Do you know why they're watching TV?
It's the only thing that can fucking give you a peace of mind.
Exactly.
Why. It's because the same reason I'm watching TV.
Exactly. They're watching TV because they have children.
Because you're bone exhausted at the end of the day. We're all destroyed. Are you kidding me? Work, dinner, clean a thing? I don't like that. I don't like that.
Let's be honest. You just want to stop listening to this right now and go watch TV. Actually, invitation. Bye-bye.
See ya. Okay. Well, we solved it.
Okay, I'm gonna go watch TV.
All right, me too. I love my couch. Okay, bye, Jacque.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Do You Ever Feel Like?
Follow this chaos wherever you get your podcasts.
Our artwork is by Simon Peng. Do You Ever Feel Like is produced by Jacqueline Wills
And Phoebe Taylor. You can follow us on Instagram at doyoueverpod.
You can write to us at doyoueverpod@gmail.com. Okay, bye!